This guy's in, bro, he's different.
He's nuts. All right, you hit him for 25.
Bro, but look how I'm not doing no damage to him, bro.
It's rough. It's rough.
Today on GWB, we're talking to Open Mike Eagle. Hailing from Chicago, Illinois, he's a multifaceted rapper, comedian, writer, and producer. Today, he's here with us to talk his new project, Component System with the Auto Reverse. Most importantly, we'll be playing some Elden Ring, and I'll be getting coached on how to be more zen. Today, we're actually gonna play Elden Ring, right?
You're about to jump in the deep end.
Yeah, you familiar with this?
Oh, very familiar. I got over 100 hours in this game.
Okay, over 100 hours.
100 hours.
He did his service.
All right, so yeah, you got to pick your starting class here. When it comes to this don't really matter. You can basically just pick whatever fit you like the best and kind of go from there.
I like getting fleas, so I think I'm gonna go to our purest forms.
I don't think you should do that. I think you should at least pick a pair of pants.
I'm gonna be a bandit.
All right, that sounds good.
So name and GWB.
All right. See now this kind of gets into
now this affects my build actually on the gameplay.
This is an important thing. It's like the gift you start with from the game, right?
Ooh.
Now I would personally probably pick the golden seed to start with.
Okay. So the golden seed, washed ashore from the land between.
The world that you play in this game is called the lands between.
Okay.
But they never really say what it's between.
Yeah, like what is it between?
They don't say.
What part of the earth is this on? How much do you like this game? You told me that you were looking forward to playing this game for a long time.
This has been my game of the year for sure.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of FromSoft. From Software is the company that develops these games.
Okay.
So the first one I played was called Dark Souls.
Yes, I'm familiar with Dark Souls.
That's the one that got me hooked into their style of gameplay. Like,
Okay.
they are known for being hard games.
I was gonna say they have a reputation for their games being, some people would say overly difficult.
I think some people would say that.
Some people would say, get this away from me.
Yeah,
I
for
don't wanna
sure.
play this
It can
shit.
definitely frustrate you at times, but to me, that's what makes it very rewarding. Like, because of the fact that there's no hand holding. When I finally do take down that boss that I've been fighting for 15, 20 times, and I really feel like rewarded. On the right side over there, you see that? You gotta go to them little shiny things. That's always good stuff to pick up. Pillage remains.
Real quick.
Tarnished, wizened finger.
Wizened finger.
It's a lot of fingers.
How did that finger get wise? Is it like, is the finger itself wise? Is the person who used to?
Yo. All right, something's about to happen though.
Okay, we just right into it.
Yeah.
So Mike, how am I blocking right now?
Okay.
R2
you gotta
is swing, but like,
you got to R3 to target him first.
Okay,
You got to R3 to target
I
him.
target him.
All right. L1 is gonna block.
All right, cool.
R1 is gonna attack.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and Mans has many arms, and he goes.
He has like 8, is he a beetle? Like I don't even know. Is he a beetle?
Yo, Mans is what they call grafted. So he has grafted other limbs onto himself.
Oh, so he's just collecting widened fingers and widened arms and wizened limbs and wizened knees.
Wizened feet.
What happened? I just died.
You did die.
I died. See, like.
You can't avoid that. That you getting killed right there is part of the story.
Okay, cool, because I saw how that happened. That was like one of those boss battles where you first start the game.
Yeah, you just
have
get
a
chopped
chance.
down straight up because and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
The
This
Tree
guy
Sentinel?
is like hell on a horse, bro.
Yeah, he's horrible.
What's his name?
Tree Sentinel.
Tree Sentinel?
Yeah.
I don't,
He gonna get
I don't know
you
what his
fixed.
problem is.
He just don't like people, and as soon as he sees somebody walk over down this mountain, he just starts swinging.
So every time I approach this mountain, it's just, bro, he is a demon.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous.
Now with this game, right?
Yeah.
If I was to beat him without really leveling up, would I get like more of a bonus, or I have to just
You
grind
would
till I
get the same bonus, but because you're so level, that bonus would mean a lot for you.
I think the general consensus as of now is that this is game of the year.
Probably, yeah.
What do you think makes this game of the year? Is it the open worldness? Is it the leveling system? Is it all the above? Like, what makes this game so special to you?
So I think the thing that really gets people hooked into FromSoft games is this gameplay and how it makes every choice you make with the controller important. Like, you could beat that dude if you knew, like, the timing of his moves.
I want to go at him, bro.
Like if you learned his moves.
I want to go at him, bro.
Even as a weak character, if you learned his moves, there's people who do like no hit runs of this game.
Which is insane.
Right, like it's people that do level 1 runs, like they never level up.
Yeah.
Because each and every fight is winnable. You just got to learn how to do it.
Right.
And I think like just that sense of accomplishment and the quality of the enemies and the fights, I think that's their calling card But in this game, they put all of that with the open world, and there was a lot of people who doubted it could even be done.
Right.
But they've made it like they did open world in their own way, and there's literally something to do everywhere.
They brought a uniqueness to it.
There's no wasted time, no wasted quest. Everything matters, and I feel like we haven't seen a game like that, you know, in an open world setting.
And it's like so much replayability because of that, huh?
Yep.
This guy's in, bro. He's different.
He's nuts. All right, you hit him for 25.
Bro, but look how I'm not doing no damage to him, bro.
It's rough. It's rough. Like you really gotta you know to make it fair, you need to go around the world and level up.
Really level up.
You gotta get a little stronger.
Yeah.
You gotta kill some things.
See, that's the
You gotta get some
stubbornness in
stronger
me though. I
weapons,
don't
yeah.
feel like grinding right now.
Everybody does this.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's right,
like,
until they finally reach that
it's the
point.
first boss.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
when you first saw him, how many
ran
times
up on him.
you
I
ran
ran up on him.
exactly?
Of
You
course I
ran
did.
down. You seeked his hands.
Yeah, exactly.
You seeked his hands. You ran down
Man,
on
like
him.
he ain't nobody.
Okay, so this is your build. You've already completed the game too,
I
right?
have. This is
So
New Game
This is
Plus.
New Game Plus. Is gaming one of your creative outlets?
Man, it's probably my first go-to every day, you know, in terms of like, I got some free time, I wanna, you know, get my mind off of work. It's like one of the first things I go to.
I would assume rapping is one of those other creative outlets as well.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter.
So how did it start for you with rapping?
You know, I started rhyming in high school. I mean, I won't say as a hobby, because it was a lifestyle then too, like, because we was, you know, I grew up in Chicago. People who I was around, we called ourselves like the hip hoppers. Like that was what we did. Like we rapped, we break danced, we was doing graffiti, like all of it. But it wasn't until like, you know, I got a little older, I was like, oh, I could really see if I can make this work, you know, like as a career. And I started making some music, and yeah, man, I'm about to put out my 8th album.
8th album. The title is very interesting. I have to read it a couple times. I think I'm a decent reader. I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to read it a couple times. Component system with auto reverse.
Yep.
What's the inspiration behind the title? Number one, because I'm a nerd. I like hearing shit like that.
Okay.
And what's the inspiration behind the project in itself? Or you know what I'm saying?
I used to, because I was really into underground hip hop. Underground hip hop wasn't played on the radio. It was a couple of videos that would come on BET. You really had to look for it. So there was these 2 radio stations in Chicago. They were college stations, and both of them had a hip hop show that played the underground shit. But they was always super late at night. So what I would do was I would fall asleep, hitting record on a tape while the show was playing, and wake up like, oh, these are the songs that they played last night. So I'm pointing to how I used to get that music, and I'm also pointing to that technology in a certain sense. So a component system with the auto reverse is literally a shelf stereo system that used to be really popular in the 90s. So it's representing that sound, it's representing that music from that era, you know, and within that too, it's like a lot of guest MCs on the album, and a lot of just like rhyming and going for it, like more than I've done a lot in the past.
I got to see Elden Ring. You made me a believer. I'm going home. I'm downloading it.
You gotta hit me up if you ever need help with the boss.
Bro, I'm definitely gonna seek your counsel.
There we go.
That's
a great way to put it.
I'm gonna sign a severed finger letter for your counsel.